Yeah, I know. I haven't been around in a while. Let's just say that there are some things that have kept me from being able to do some videos. I'll talk a little bit with you guys about that just so that you have an idea of what's going on with me. But first, I've been neglecting this little pile right here. So we're going to unbox all of that and then I'm going to give you guys an update. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Yes, I know it's been about a month and a half to 2 months since I have posted anything. I promise if you stick around to the end of me unboxing all this, I'll let you know what's been going on. But with that said, I've got about 6 packages here. Truth be told, yes, I do know what's in most of these. As I've at least had a chance to look at the labels and everything, so I have a good idea of Kickstarters and other things that this has come from. So I should be able to get through this, give you stories and fun explanations. It's just I haven't had the time to sit here and do it all on video. Normally, as you know, we do all of these kind of individually because, of course, we feel that the creators deserve that kind of a spotlight. But in this case for me, because I have so much and frankly I am as far behind as I am, I'm just going to do it all right now, talk about it, make sure I thank every single person that sent stuff to me as much as I can. So with that said, let's get to the very first package. So in this one is a book that I got off of the Experience from their comic collectibles show. They just happened to flash this cover up. And it was one of those, kind of like if you guys remember my Daredevil story about my CGCs, I just kind of let that one marinate in my brain while they just kind of were going through the show. And finally I was like, I asked them again, I was like, you said the cover of this comic was how much? And they said it again, and I was just like, and Jay is messaging me because he's producing the show. He's like, dude, it's a really nice cover. I think you should pick it up. So I'm like, well, that's the seal of approval. So I'm going to go for it. So I have not, I've looked inside the box, but I haven't actually opened the cover. So you're going to kind of see my live reaction on this one right now. So let's just kind of get this open as quick as I can. And I'm super excited for this one just because if the cover it kind of does what everyone tells me it does, I'm super excited for it. And of course, I've got to be able to kind of get this out here. So I'll probably do some editing magic here soon.
A few moments later.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and actually this is a much nicer holder than I thought it was too. Alright, so what do I have? Well, I have Batman Nightfall, and I got this because it was just a really cool kind of cover. And from what I was told, the way this looked is the cape opens. So, and then you get the whole, you jump right kind of into the book. So, yeah, as you can see, that's really, really, really cool. And it shows the whole cover. So, yeah, this is dope. So, yeah, I got this off of Comic Collectibles from the Experience, which you can watch on Mondays. They have Rock and Robbie live with them. And even Robbie had said, this is a good pickup. So I was super excited with all of them saying, that this was something that was well worth it. And, I don't have too much, 90s DC stuff. I have a good amount of 90s Marvel covers, which I've kind of shown off. And I've got a couple of Valiant covers, but I don't really have a lot of 90s DCs. And Nightfall being as big a storyline as it is, I wanted to have some kind of cool cover from the run. I'm definitely going to go read this storyline. I didn't realize it was as big as it was. I want to say it was something like 10 volumes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's some big number. It's a big story. So yeah. But yeah, Batman number 19. Check out Comic Collectibles on Mondays on the Experience. They also have a show on Wednesdays. You can get really cool rare covers like this, key issues, commission CCA covers. A lot of them are by like Ken Hazer, Mariano Nicieza, and Oh, Joe. Joe is the other guy's name that does them with Mariano, and I forget his last name. And I do apologize about that. But a lot of those things are there, and then a few others. But if that's kind of your thing, definitely check it out. They've got some really, really cool stuff, and oftentimes they're going to give you what I think is a very fair price. A lot of times they give you a discount just because they're really nice guys. Nick's a really cool dude. It's all the Dynamic Forces Dynamite people. So it's Nick Barucci if you're familiar with him. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on and on about the experience because you know him, I love him, we preach him here on the channel. So moving along, we have something from Bad Bug. Y'all know Bad Bug is my jam. They're my homies. I love everybody over there. Mike, Scott, Alice, all of them. So what we have here is a very cool book from their Bad Bug Mature line. This is called Ashta Witch, and this is number 1. And this one was done by Ruben Romero. Super cool dude. I've had a chance to talk to him. I believe it's Casey Bowker. Justin Birch did the letters. So a very, very quality team. This just, and all the covers on this issue were, as you can see, I'm going to give you guys a close up. Just so awesome. It was really hard for me to actually choose which cover I wanted on this. But that was the one I ultimately went with. And then of course they have a few like tarot cards and stuff here in the back. I may post more detailed stuff of this on Instagram or our Facebook page, so keep an eye out for that for more of this. But yeah, Ashta Witch. I've already read the digital. I've got to go back and reread it, but I remember it being a very solid opening issue. Very good story, like I said, mature, and there is definitely some maturity in there. So if that's kind of your thing where you like a mature book, but there's actually a story in it, and it's not just TNA the whole way through, definitely check out a lot of Bad Bug's mature stuff. It may look like it's that kind of book only based on the covers, but I promise a lot of their mature line actually has really, really good stories. So, all right, so keeping with the theme of Bad Bug, the next one is another Bad Bug book, and this one is, yep, okay, so this is Roseblood Manor number 3. And if you remember, I got Roseblood Manor number 1 and 2 a little while back, and those covers were pretty spicy, but this one is definitely the spiciest. Hopefully we do not get in trouble with YouTube for this one. I'm going to warn you before I even put this up. This is not safe for work or kids. So just keep that in mind. I'm about to show you. So here is the cover that I chose. So it is Evelyn Roseblood taking a bloodbath. So what Roseblood Manor is, it's a horror anthology series. Each book has anywhere from probably 4 or 5 short stories by very talented creative teams. Scott Wilkie, Mike Tiener, I believe, has done something on this one. Pat Shand, Dave Lentz. Who else is in here? Like Alan Dunford was on 1 and 2. So yeah, so this one has some more people that I don't really know as well as I know a lot of the other people that Bad Bug has worked with. So I'm excited to read this one. I know Scott has really kind of taken the lead on doing a lot of this project, which is cool. Scott is a super talented guy and definitely more than just a writer. He's shown that he can, just manage big projects, and he's been doing a fantastic job on everything that he's been doing for the past ever, pretty much since we met him. So yeah. All right. So moving along, these next 2 are very special boxes because I knew one of them was coming. And when we got the second one in with it, I was just kind of like, okay. I was like, I guess there were that many just rewards and extras. That really was not the case. So let's get into them, and I will make sure I thank everybody profusely as I do this. So this is from Dan Price, which you should know as part of the creative team for Bigfoot Knows Karate. And that's what this is. This is Bigfoot Knows Karate number 2. So this one has all sorts of goodies, and a lot of these are unbagged, so I know I've been kind of skipping through the extras on the other ones. I'm going to really quickly show some of these. So for instance, here is a big, giant kind of, I guess you can call it a bookmark, but for Bigfoot Knows Karate. They are now with Lesser Known Comics, which you can find on Instagram. You can find all of these guys on Instagram. Lesser Known Comics has a website. I believe you can get at least Bigfoot Knows Karate number 1, 2. If it's not up now, will probably be up shortly, so you can get a copy. This is an amazing series. It is not at all what you would expect based on this cover for number 1. When you see this cover, this is actually where this stuff gets crazy. And issue 2 was absolutely bonkers in the best way possible. Really dope sticker. Check that out. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this one. Normally I share stuff with Jenna. This one's staying with me. It's mine. Then let's see, we got, of course, a button. Couple buttons, pins. I got that totally upside down. I'm doing great. See, I'm not really as good as Jay when it comes to showing off unboxings. So we got this one with the first book. I love this sticker. It's super cool. I'm probably going to put this on my laptop. And just an assortment of other, there's a lot more other stickers. I mean, here, I apologize that I'm rambling. I'm trying not to hurry too much through this and savor the fact that we've got this going on. And then the very last one is another one of these. So, and then looks like a couple of small, kind of really neat looking chromium type deals. And then the creme de la creme, what we're all really here to see. And there's even more stuff, is of course this amazing cover. Check this out. And then of course there's more of this stuff. They really doubled down here on the back. Oh man, this series, like I said, there are not enough great words to describe how amazing this series is, because it is literally exactly what you expect it to be based on the title, and it's everything that you didn't think at all it would be, and I love that about it. If you ever listen to these guys talk about the comic, I always say they do a fantastic job of telling you about it, at least when it comes to the first issue, and then it goes off the rails after that, because they literally are only telling you about the first third of the first issue, and the story just gets crazy. So, like I was saying, the reason why this was special is because they basically doubled down and surprised us with a second copy of the book. We were not expecting this. I backed it, picked my cover, which was this one, because it's freaking awesome. But yeah, they were kind enough to send a whole second copy, and that's because literally everybody here at Triangle of Truth has become friends with Dan. I haven't got a chance to talk to Casey quite as much. Hope to get to do that one day, but Dan is a super cool dude. I have missed out on meeting Dan the last 2 years in a row. Bigfoot number 1, the Kickstarter ran, I want to say in late 2021. By 2022, Dan came to Comic Palooza here in Houston, and of course issue 1 was out by then. I had to work, so I didn't get to go to any of Comic Palooza. So I missed him that year. We were going to try to have dinner or something. It just, nothing worked out, unfortunately. Fast forward to this year, kind of a similar story. I got to go down and help my local LCS set up for the show, but I had to work Saturday and Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday actually. So I missed the con. I wasn't able to come down again because work just, it was one of those things. Next year though, I think I'm going to break my Comic-Con cherry and try to go. So Dan's there. We're going to meet up, bro. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. But yeah, Jay and Jenna, though, have gotten to spend a good amount of time with him the last couple of years and really just, become friends with him. So Dan, Casey, and everybody, thank you for sending us both books. That was super cool. I know you didn't have to do that. Obviously, one of these copies is going to be for Jay and Jenna to keep. The other one will stay with me. But yeah, just know that we really do appreciate this kind of stuff. It's definitely not lost on us, especially just like I said, given what I'm going to be talking about here at the end of the thing. Things like this have really kind of helped brighten the mood. Sorry to get a little damper on everybody here, but it's really helped, me and everybody else. So just know that things like this do not get lost upon us, and we are truly appreciative. Okay, so we are down to my final box. Okay, had to remember what this was. The reason why you saw me look down and pause is I couldn't remember which comic this was. So all I'm going to tell you with this one, first time back in something written by this gentleman, 90s comics. Like if you remember 90s Image, like what is it, Pit and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called. And the big muscular kind of heroes. Yeah, they are alive and well in something like this. So this is a comic called Cataclysm. And this thing looks insane. I saw it on Kickstarter. I knew I had to back it just from the thumbnail. I was sitting there hoping. I was like, please, 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 let the interiors look the same. So, kind of give you an idea of what we're working with. Here's this little sticker set. There we go. I am so terrible at this. That's kind of the main character. Here's some of the other stuff. I haven't read this yet. I'm going to, though. A lot of these I'm going to read. And then here is the book. And when I tell you, like, 90s Image is alive and well, check that out. This is such a cool cover. When I unboxed this and I looked at it before we got on camera, no words. It's just so cool looking. I cannot wait. Oh, actually, I feel like a dummy. So that's actually not the cover. I feel like an idiot. So that is, let me pull everything out now because that apparently is a character card. Or is it the cover? Let's see. Nope. That is not the cover. So what that is a print. But check that out. Again. Like I said, I am not the expert of unboxing that Jay is. So here is the actual cover for Cataclysm. So check it out. Is that not dope? It's so awesome. I cannot wait to check out issue 2. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this. Hopefully the writer doesn't mind, but I mean, just it is very much, just check it out. It's so cool. So cool. So yeah, that is literally everything that I have had waiting for the past about 2 months. This Cataclysm came in just before we left on our vacation trip to West Virginia and North Carolina, which, I'll tell you guys now, we needed that break. It was so good. First time going to West Virginia, I think for all of us, for sure. At least me and Jay. I don't remember if Jenna has been there. We went up because Alan Dunford and his wife, were having a wedding reception, and we were invited up. And of course, knowing that we were going to go to North Carolina anyway, it just made sense. And that was a good time. West Virginia is absolutely gorgeous. That was my first time really being in the mountains, and the scenery is just breathtaking. The drive across from West Virginia down to into Virginia, into North Carolina, probably my favorite drive that I've ever taken, ever. Just amazing coming down out of the mountains and seeing that. So for me, that was the greatest part. Fast forward to 12 days. We had relaxed, great time, get home, and it has been nothing but balls to the wall for all of us since then. For me personally, got home, got one, maybe nights kind of rest, back to work. Had to work 7 days straight. One of my coworkers ended up being out sick, so I had to cover his shifts. So 7 days straight. Got a day off. Second day, my father went into the emergency room. And basically since then, for about the last better part of a month, he's been in the hospital with things. Basically he had a very severe infection of his both kidneys really, in his bladder, and at one point it was in his blood. It was a bacterial infection. So going to work, and then for about 2 or 3 weeks in a row, it was, if I wasn't working, I was driving to go down to see him, and he lives about 4 hours from me, and I would spend several days down there with him, and then I'd come home, go right back to work. And then fast forward again, coworker got sick again, had to work a 9-day stretch. So finally got a break to be able to sit home. This is the longest that I've been home since we've been on vacation. Since before we left for vacation, really, since mid-August. So it's just, for me, it's been a lot. And for everybody here, it's been a lot. But for myself in general, it's kind of been a whirlwind of emotions. You know, you see my father go from the man that I've always known to the reality that I have to face now. You know, it's just a matter of being there and enjoying my time and everything with him for however much time I have left. I'm not saying that my dad's terminal or anything, but this is one of those situations where it is very eye-opening. You know, my father is 73, so he's definitely not a spring chicken. So it's just one of those, a wake-up call to do a little more. So that's why I've been going back and forth and making sure I spend time with him. As of the filming of this video, he has been home now for about a week, which is great. I've been checking up on him, making sure that he's doing okay, you know, settling into what his new reality is on daily life, which is very different from what it was at the beginning of this year, and going to be different for all of us as well as for when we go see him. So that is pretty much what's been going on with me and why I've been absent for as long as I have. But rest assured, I've got some ideas that I plan on filming. First of which is Blue Beetle. I finally got to see that. Man, that movie is good, and I cannot wait to talk to everybody about that. I'm just going to put it right here before I do the review. In my opinion, that was DC's best movie this year. Period. It trumped Flash, destroyed Shazam 2. So yeah, I'm going to do a little more in-depth talk through what I thought about it. And God, I hope that what James Gunn said is true, and that Blue Beetle is going to be in his universe. They have the perfect actor. The suit looks awesome. One of the best suits ever. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to y'all about that. I believe Jay is going to have a review coming soon, believe it or not, of a TV show. I want to say it's Gen V or Gen 5, the new Boys show that came out on Amazon. He says he's loved it, so hopefully he will be able to do a review. They are actually fixing to take off to Baltimore for a week to do some stuff for PoFest. So yeah, keep an eye out for the PoFest stuff on Facebook. You'll probably see a little bit from the Triangle of Truth page and any of our personal pages. So with that said, I'm going to quit rambling. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a safe rest of your week. Hug your loved ones. Later, everybody.